Hi, Conan at Project Music here, and today I am joined by Ben Milverton.
Hello.
You might recognise this man. And today we are going to have a chat about American Vintage Fender Strats. So the American Vintage IIs, what's the difference between a 61 and a 57? This is a question we get asked quite often in store. Obviously the first side of it is aesthetics. We got very, very different colours for the 60s to the 50s, and also things like rosewood fingerboards on the 60s as opposed to the maple board on the 57. I guess things you can't see off the bat are different neck sizes. So you've got the 57V on the 57, funnily enough, and then you've got the 61C on the 61, and pickups, of course, are different. And that's the big thing we're going to explore today, is the sound of them. So, as usual, we're going to put these guys into Ben's hands, and he's going to have a good old play of a couple of different tones through both, and we can sort of have a little listen to the differences between the 61 pickups and the 57 pickups. What do you think we're going to discover, Ben?
I think, if I'm not mistaken of my mild knowledge of the different eras of Fender, is the 50s pickups will be lower output and therefore a bit thinner sounding, maybe a bit less low mid-range, and obviously also because of the maple fretboard a bit snappier sounding. Yeah, I don't know much else tonally difference apart from the neck and pickups, right?
Yeah, I'd say exactly that. And I think you kind of a bit fatter from the 60s thing, which is normally my preference.
Me too.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get them plugged in. We'll obviously run through the same tones on both guitars, so a bit of clean, a bit of overdrive, and see what we discover. So without further ado, let's get the first one into Ben's hands. So hopefully you can hear the differences there. Definitely from the other side of the camera, I could hear some fairly obvious differences from a tonal point of view. I think the 61 sounded quite a bit fatter to my ear. Not that the 50s one sounded thin, which kind of surprised me because a lot of the time when I'm playing 50s style Strats, the pickups are definitely often a little bit thinner sounding overall. My ear does just prefer the 60s thing overall, but that definitely sounded fantastic. It was a fantastic guitar overall.
Yeah.
What were your kind of thoughts when you were playing them and how you were feeling with the sounds?
Yeah, I think I echo the fatness thing. As expected, 60 Strats, they are fatter than 50 Strats, usually. The difference wasn't as big. I don't know if it's the pickups in this, they seem to be not as thinner sounding as most 50s pickups that I've heard. I think they both have that piano-like neck pickup thing, but I think you don't get it unless you have a rosewood fingerboard. And obviously the biggest difference too, I don't know if this is also a fingerboard thing, because I know it does make a big difference. The attack and transient response of this guy is more like immediate attack and then drop off, whereas that balloon's more in like an even compression.
That's what I thought.
Especially with gain on.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying it handles gain better to your ears, I think that compression thing is why.
I completely agree. I think that as we kind of stopped that take a minute ago, straight away I was like, hang on a minute, that's the gain side really. There was a clarity in some of the notes. I think this one retained anyway. I think that one kind of probably could have it if we changed. You obviously can dial it in a little bit differently to work well with some level of gain. But at the level of gain we had that we kind of dialed in, this one definitely dealt better. I think
it did.
When I was on that side.
And that's to be expected. That almost like Stevie Ray Vaughan-y.
Yeah.
It sounds like that. You do that, and you can hear a massive difference between the two guitars.
Yeah.
I know. Usually I'm a 60s Strat guy, but I actually really like this one.
I mean, you sort of said that was possibly out of the two.
Yeah, I'd go this one.
Possibly that one.
If I was to buy one, and even unplugged, this guitar has something about it.
Yeah.
That is resonant too, but this has like a ring to it and harmonic richness that one maybe does not have. But yeah.
Absolutely. I
Both
think
great.
Both great guitars. Obviously, hopefully in those recordings you can hear those subtle differences. As always, it's very difficult to capture them, maybe as we're going to hear them in the room, but they are definitely there. And hopefully we're going to be doing some more comparison videos kind of across the board from Fender. So if there's any other things you want us to have a little look at, pop a little comment below. Make sure you subscribe as well, because every subscription helps us to kind of build the channel, and hopefully spend a bit more time playing guitars in the room and talking about them and all that sort of thing, which is always fun. So we will hopefully see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, see you guys.